A star is born in the swirling, vibrant nebula of Zorptar. Amidst the glittering dust and cosmic echoes, a young alien named Bili emerged from a luminous, pearlescent egg. His first breath was a gulp of the crisp, ionized air of Gliese, his home planet. Bili's eyes, large and luminous, reflected the brilliant starlight that bathed the planet's surface, a tapestry of shimmering blues and greens. The world into which Bili was born was one of wonder. Floating islands drifted lazily in the sky above, anchored by ancient, invisible forces to the lush, fertile ground below. His family, beings of gentle spirit and radiant in hues of azure and violet, gathered around to witness the new addition to their clan. Their bodies glowed with subtle light, a characteristic of their kind, intensifying with each surge of emotion. As a child of the Gliesian race, Bili was unique. His skin shimmered with a constellation of tiny star-like freckles, a rare trait that marked him as someone special according to local lore. His first steps were buoyant, almost floating, as he adjusted to the pull of Gliese's gentle gravity. Laughter bubbled up around him, a melody that harmonized with the planet's natural hum, a sound created by the wind dancing through the crystalline canyons. His parents, Lyra and Mino, introduced Bili to his surroundings with great enthusiasm. They showed him the singing forest, where the leaves vibrated with ancient songs, and the mirror lakes, whose waters held the history of their world. Each site was a lesson in the beauty and complexity of Gliese. During his first night, as Gliese's 3 moons rose in the sky, Bili's family held a welcoming ceremony under the stars. They gathered around the luminescent stone, an age-old family relic, emitting soft, pulsating lights. Here they shared stories of their ancestors, tales of exploration, wisdom, and courage that had been passed down through generations. As the ceremony concluded, a shooting star streaked across the heavens, a sign, the elders murmured, of great things to come from young Bili. His heart swelled with the promise of adventure and discovery as his parents tucked him into a bed woven from the silver threads of the moonlight fern. The stars twinkled a lullaby, and the universe seemed to whisper, promising the tales of tomorrow. Thus began the life of Bili, a child born under starlit skies, destined for wonders beyond the imagination. The dawn of Bili's first day at the Galaxy Academy was marked by the vibrant glow of Gliese's twin suns peeking over the horizon, casting long golden beams across his sleeping face. Awakened by the warmth, Bili yawned and stretched, his skin shimmering with excitement. Today was not just another day. It was the beginning of his formal learning, a rite of passage for every young Gliesian. His parents accompanied him to the grand entrance of the academy, a magnificent structure floating just above the ground, its walls iridescent and shifting in hue with the sky's reflection. The academy was known across the planets for its advanced curriculum, focusing on astrophysics, interstellar diplomacy, and the ancient arts of the universe. As they approached, Bili's heart raced with both nervousness and excitement. The entrance was bustling with students of all shapes and sizes. Some floated gently above the ground, while others glided along on silvery trails of light. The air was filled with a symphony of sounds. Greetings in numerous dialects, the soft hum of anti-gravity backpacks, and the distant chimes of the Academy's harmony bell. Inside, the halls were lined with holograms of the galaxy's wonders, supernovas, black holes, and vibrant alien worlds. Bili's eyes widened in awe as he took it all in. His parents, sensing his overwhelming emotions, knelt beside him, offering words of encouragement. "You are here to learn, to grow," Lyra whispered, her voice as soothing as the wind through leaves. "Remember, every great journey begins with a curious heart and an open mind," Mino added. "And never forget, Bili, the bonds you will form here are just as important as the lessons. Friends are the family we choose on our journeys." With a deep breath, Bili nodded, his nerves settling into a quiet anticipation. He hugged his parents goodbye and turned to join a group of new students gathering in the central dome for orientation. It was there that Bili met Tulo and Mika. Tulo, from a race of multi-armed Yolari, had a knack for mechanical inventions and an infectious laugh that filled the room. Mika, with her shimmering transparent wings and keen intellect, hailed from the distant ethereal planet of Aria. The trio clicked instantly, drawn together by their shared curiosity and kind spirits. Their first class was Universal History, taught by Professor Zax, a wise old being with a nebula of hair that floated around his head like a halo. He spoke of civilizations that had risen and fallen across the stars, of great discoveries made by explorers of the past, and of the mysterious dark zones where time and space behaved unpredictably. As the day unfolded, Bili and his friends moved from learning the basics of quantum mechanics to practicing telepathic communication. They marveled at the Academy's simulation rooms, where they could walk on the surfaces of different planets and interact with their environments. Lunchtime found them at the zero-gravity cafeteria, where foods from various planets floated around, waiting to be plucked from the air. They laughed as they tried to catch floating jelly orbs filled with nectar and crispy comet tails seasoned with stardust. By the end of the day, as Bili and his friends sat on the Academy's viewing deck, watching the twin suns set, they shared stories of their homes and dreams for the future. In the distance, the star path lit up, a trail used by the night classes for practical astronomy. Bili felt a profound sense of belonging and purpose. The Academy wasn't just a place of learning, it was where he would forge his path and perhaps one day contribute to the grand tapestry of the universe. His journey had truly begun, with the best companions he could have ever hoped for. A few weeks into their studies at the Galaxy Academy, Bili, Tulo, and Mika found themselves filled with a restless energy for adventure beyond the classroom walls. Inspired by their lessons on interstellar navigation and spacecraft engineering, the trio decided to embark on a project that would test their newfound knowledge, building their very own spaceship. The idea was bold and somewhat forbidden, as students were not typically allowed to use the Academy's equipment for personal projects without supervision. However, the lure of adventure was too strong, and the friends were clever enough to find a workaround. They gathered discarded parts and materials from the Academy's recycling zone, items deemed obsolete or broken beyond repair, but perfect for a trio of resourceful students. Over several weeks, they met in secret at an abandoned hangar at the edge of the campus. Here, amidst the quiet hum of old machinery and the shadowy echoes of the hangar, their spaceship began to take shape. Tulo's multiple arms were ideal for multitasking as he worked on the engine and thrusters, installing a salvaged quantum coil and tweaking the ion dispersers. Mika's analytical mind was crucial in programming the navigation system and calibrating the sensors, ensuring their creation could actually fly through space without getting lost. Bili, with his knack for creativity, designed the ship's layout and aesthetics, making sure every component was in harmony. Their creation was a patchwork of colors and parts, each piece telling a story of its previous life. The body was a sleek metallic blue with hints of silver, repurposed from a decommissioned racer. The cockpit was enclosed in a clear, durable bubble, offering a 360-degree view of the surrounding cosmos. They named their ship Asterisk, the Starduster Asterisk, a nod to their adventurous spirit. The maiden voyage of Asterisk, the Starduster Asterisk, was set for a clear night when Gliza's rings were most visible, providing an extra layer of natural beauty. With nervous excitement, the trio snuck out of their dorms and headed to the hangar. They donned their makeshift flight suits, patched together from old uniforms and safety gear. As they climbed aboard their ship, the reality of their endeavor hit them. They were actually going to fly a ship they had built themselves, with no adult supervision or safety nets. Tulo activated the engine, and with a sputter and a roar, it came to life, vibrating with raw energy. Mika set the navigation coordinates for a simple orbit around Gliza, her hands trembling slightly as she programmed the final sequence. Bili took the pilot's seat, his fingers dancing over the controls they had installed. With a deep breath, he initiated the launch sequence. Asterisk, the Starduster Asterisk, lifted off, shaking violently as it escaped the planet's gravitational pull. The initial turbulence was terrifying, but as they reached the outer atmosphere, the ride smoothed out, and the beauty of space enveloped them. The sight was breathtaking. Glisa's vibrant landscape fell away beneath them, replaced by the vast, star-studded expanse of the universe. They orbited their planet, watching the rings of Gliza shimmer in the sunlight, their colors more vivid than any of them could have imagined. However, their triumph was short-lived. As they prepared to return, a miscalculation in the thruster output caused a sudden jerk, sending the Starduster spiraling towards an uncharted area. Panic set in, but Mika quickly recalibrated the sensors while Tulo manually adjusted the thrusters. Working together, they managed to stabilize the ship, averting disaster. They landed back in the hangar, hearts racing and faces flush with adrenaline. As they disembarked, they laughed, a mix of relief and joy overwhelming them. They had ventured into space on their own and returned safely, albeit a bit off course. It was a day of invaluable lessons, unforgettable thrills, and sticky marshmallow treats as they celebrated their return with snacks they had brought along, promising themselves more adventures, but perhaps with a bit more preparation next time. As autumn draped its colorful mantle over Gliese, a series of unexpected meteorological anomalies began to disturb the planet's usually serene climate. These disturbances were sudden and severe, baffling even the most experienced meteorologists at the Galaxy Academy. When a particularly fierce storm threatened the main settlement of their home region, Bili and his friends saw an opportunity to apply their academic knowledge to a real-life situation. The storm was unlike anything Gliese had experienced in centuries. It was a swirling maelstrom of electromagnetic energy, capable of disrupting power and communication lines and causing widespread chaos. The community was anxious, and the local authorities were scrambling to devise a plan. Bili, Mika, and Tulo gathered in their secret workshop, their minds racing with possibilities. Mika suggested they could design a device to stabilize the atmospheric pressures and disperse the electrical buildup in the storm. Inspired by their recent lessons on environmental engineering and planetary sciences, they set to work. Their idea was to create a network of drones, each equipped with a module capable of generating a counterfrequency to neutralize the storm's chaotic energy patterns. Tulo was instrumental in designing the drones, using lightweight materials and high-efficiency motors to ensure they could navigate the powerful winds. Mika programmed the frequency modules, carefully calculating the necessary outputs to achieve atmospheric stability. Bili, ever the creative thinker, proposed a strategic deployment pattern for the drones. His plan involved launching them from various points around the storm's perimeter, creating a harmonious balance that would envelop and calm the storm from all sides. Working through the night, the trio assembled their fleet of drones, each one a testament to their ingenuity and determination. As the storm drew closer, they coordinated with local authorities to explain their plan. Impressed by the young team's initiative and clear thinking, the officials gave them the go-ahead to deploy their invention. With the community watching, Bili, Mika, and Tulo launched their drones into the heart of the storm. The winds howled and lightning crackled around them, but they stood firm, monitoring their equipment and making adjustments on the fly. As the drones reached their positions and activated their modules, a remarkable change began to take place. Slowly, the violent swirls of the storm began to calm. The electrical discharges in the atmosphere dissipated, and the dark clouds started to break apart, replaced by the soft colors of a clearing sky. The community erupted in cheers and applause as the storm faded away, leaving behind only the gentle rain that nourished the planet's flora. The success of their project brought them not only the gratitude of their community, but also recognition from the Academy. They were invited to present their work at a planetary conference, sharing their findings and the details of their invention with scientists and engineers from across the galaxy. This experience taught them the power of science and innovation to solve real-world problems and the importance of courage and teamwork in the face of adversity. It was a defining moment for Bili and his friends, marking their transition from students to young innovators ready to make a difference in their world. Several months after their heroic intervention with the storm, Bili, Mika, and Tulo's curiosity about the natural phenomena of their home planet intensified. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the outskirts of their local region, they stumbled upon the entrance to a long-forgotten cave system known as the Labyrinth Caves. These caves were legendary, surrounded by tales of ancient alien technologies and lost civilizations, which immediately piqued the trio's interest. Armed with their portable light gear and communication devices, they ventured into the cavernous expanse. The entrance was draped in thick vines, and the air inside was cool and musty, filled with the scent of mineral-rich stones and ancient dust. As their eyes adjusted to the dim light, the walls around them revealed spectacular mineral formations that shimmered in their torchlight like stars in a night sky. The deeper they ventured, the more intricate the cave system became. It was a maze of tunnels and chambers, each turn and twist more bewildering than the last. Mika, ever meticulous, took the lead in mapping their route using a handheld 3D mapper to prevent them from getting lost. Tulo, with his keen eyesight, spotted faint glyphs etched into the cave walls, guiding them deeper into the labyrinth. They reached a vast chamber where the air was electrified with a subtle vibration. At the center stood an ancient pedestal, cradling a crystal emitting a soft, pulsating glow. The crystal was clearly of significant importance, perhaps a key to the cave's mysteries. Bili approached it cautiously, his hand hovering over the artifact, feeling the warmth it radiated. Suddenly, the room lit up, activated by Bili's proximity. Holographic images flickered into existence around them, displaying star maps, unfamiliar constellations, and complex equations that danced in the air like celestial fireflies. They had discovered a forgotten archive, a repository of knowledge left by a civilization long gone from Gliza. The trio spent hours documenting the holograms with their devices, Mika translating some of the text from ancient dialects she had studied in school. They uncovered tales of explorers from another era who had traveled between stars and learned of technologies that bent the laws of physics, hinting at how advanced this civilization had been. As night approached, they realized they needed to head back. Using Mika's maps, they retraced their steps through the now familiar corridors of the cave. Their minds were abuzz with excitement and awe at their discovery, eager to share these findings with their teachers and classmates. Upon their return, their story spread quickly through the academy and the local community. The cave was soon designated as a protected site, with experts and historians flocking to study its contents further, thanks to the detailed initial exploration conducted by Bili, Mika, and Tulo. Their adventure into the labyrinth caves had not only provided a thrilling exploration, but had also connected them more deeply to the ancient history of their planet. It was a poignant reminder of the layers of history beneath their feet and the endless mysteries waiting to be uncovered by the brave and the curious. As the season turned and the twin moons of Gliza aligned in the night sky, signaling the beginning of the Festival of Lights, Bili, Mika, and Tulo prepared to showcase their latest project. The festival was a cherished tradition on Gliza, celebrating the luminous beauty of the cosmos and the innovative spirit of its inhabitants. It was a time when the entire community gathered to share in the joy of discovery and the warmth of kinship. Each participant at the festival was encouraged to present a creation that blended technology with art, reflecting the theme of cosmic wonder. Inspired by their recent adventures and discoveries, the trio decided to create a spectacular light display that would not only enchant the audience, but also tell a story. Their project was an ambitious installation called The Dance of the Nebulae. It aimed to recreate the birth and evolution of a nebula using a symphony of lights and holographic effects. Bili designed the visual effects, drawing on his experience with the ancient holograms they had found in the labyrinth caves. Mika programmed the sequence of lights to mirror the life cycle of stars, from their fiery birth to their serene demise. Tulo engineered the mechanics that would project their creation into the night sky, crafting a series of drones that would carry the light sources and move in precise, choreographed patterns. As the festival began, the community gathered in the central square, where installations of glowing sculptures, interactive light gardens, and holographic storytelling domes had transformed the area into a shimmering spectacle. Families and friends, young and old, aliens of various shapes and colors, all mingled and marveled at the creativity on display. When it was time for their presentation, Bili, Mika, and Tulo took their positions at the control station. The audience's anticipation built as the area dimmed, and the first hints of music whispered through the air, a soft, melodious tune that seemed to emanate from the stars themselves. Then, The sky above them came alive with colors. Brilliant blues, vibrant violets, and fiery reds swirled and danced overhead, forming clouds of light that shifted and changed. The drones, invisible against the dark sky, carried their luminous cargo in a ballet of beams, creating shapes and forms that told the story of a nebula's life. The display reached its climax with a stunning simulation of a supernova, a burst of light so intense and beautiful that it drew gasps and applause from the crowd. The festival judges, moved by the beauty and technical excellence of the Dance of the Nebulae, awarded the trio the grand prize. Their success was celebrated with cheers from the crowd and praises for their innovative use of technology to capture the essence of the universe. As the night concluded with a display of fireworks that mirrored the colors of their nebula, Bili, Mika, and Tulo felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had not only entertained their community, but had also deepened everyone's appreciation for the wonders of the cosmos. The Festival of Lights was a reminder of the beauty that could be created when science and art converged. And for Bili and his friends, it reinforced their love for exploration and innovation. It was a night that would be remembered as a highlight of their young lives, inspiring future generations to dream and create. As winter approached on Gliese, a new challenge loomed on the horizon for Bili, Mika, and Tulo. A massive comet, newly discovered by the Galaxy Academy's Deep Space Observatory, was found to be on a collision course with their planet. Named Whispering Titan due to the unusual whisper-like radio signals it emitted, the comet posed a significant threat to all life on Gliese. The news of the impending comet sparked a flurry of activity within the community. The planet's best minds gathered to formulate a plan, but uncertainty and fear loomed large. Bili, Mika, and Tulo, fresh from their success at the Festival of Lights, were determined to contribute to the solution. Drawing upon their previous experiences and the vast resources of the Academy, they proposed a bold plan: to create a network of satellites that could alter the comet's trajectory using precise, synchronized energy pulses. This technique, though theoretical and untested on such a large scale, was their best hope. With the approval and support of their mentors, they set to work immediately. Tulo took charge of the mechanical design of the satellites, making sure they were robust enough to withstand the harsh conditions of space and the intense energy requirements of the operation. Mika developed the software algorithms that would control the timing and intensity of the energy pulses, a critical element that required exact precision to be effective. Bili coordinated the efforts of various teams across the Academy, ensuring that all components of the project were aligned and optimized. The construction and programming of the satellites proceeded at a frantic pace, as the time window to intercept the comet was narrow. The entire community pitched in, and the atmosphere was charged with a mix of urgency and hope. Finally, the satellites were ready and launched into space, forming a perimeter around the predicted path of the Whispering Titan. As the comet approached, all of Gliese watched, holding its collective breath. The operation commenced, with each satellite firing energy pulses in a beautifully choreographed sequence designed by Mika. The moments that followed seemed to stretch into eternity. Then, slowly, the trajectory of the comet began to alter. The energy pulses were working, nudging the Whispering Titan off its collision course with Gliese. Cheers erupted across the planet as the comet passed by harmlessly, its tail glittering in the night sky like a celestial salute. The relief and joy were palpable. Bili, Mika, and Tulo were hailed as heroes, their ingenious solution not only saving their world, but also demonstrating the potential for young minds to lead in crisis situations. In the aftermath of the comet crisis, the trio was invited to speak at interstellar conferences, sharing their innovative approach and the details of their project. Their work sparked discussions on planetary defense and was included in the curriculum at the Galaxy Academy, inspiring future generations to think creatively about protecting their planet. This experience deepened the trio's resolve to continue their studies and exploration, reinforcing their belief in the power of teamwork and innovation. They had faced the unknown and emerged stronger, their bonds of friendship and collaboration forged even more deeply in the fires of adversity. Months after averting the crisis posed by the Whispering Titan comet, the story of Bili, Mika, and Tulo had spread far beyond the boundaries of Gliese. Their innovative work had not only saved their planet, but also captured the attention of interstellar communities across the galaxy. Among the intrigued was a group of human explorers from Earth who extended an invitation to the trio to visit their planet as part of a cultural and educational exchange program. Thrilled by the opportunity to explore a new world, Bili, Mika, and Tulo eagerly accepted the invitation. Preparations for their journey were extensive, involving interstellar navigation training, Earth culture orientation, and the necessary biological adaptations to Earth's environment. The excitement was palpable as they worked through the meticulous preparations, each step bringing them closer to the unfamiliar terrains of Earth. The journey itself was a marvel of interstellar travel, aboard a spacecraft equipped with the latest in hyperdrive technology. As they hurtled through space, the trio spent their time studying Earth's languages, customs, and geography. They were particularly fascinated by Earth's diverse ecosystems, a stark contrast to the relatively homogeneous environment of Gliese. Upon arriving on Earth, they were greeted with great enthusiasm and warmth. Their first view of Earth was of vast blue oceans and swirling white clouds, so different from the landlocked vistas of their home planet. The Earth's gravity felt strange but exciting as they took their first steps on the lush green grass of a large public park, designated as their meeting point. The trio was hosted by a team of Earth scientists and cultural ambassadors in a city bustling with life and diversity. Each day brought new adventures, tasting a variety of Earth foods, which they found peculiar but often delightful, participating in Earth sports, which required adjusting to the planet's higher gravity, and visiting historic sites and natural wonders, from ancient ruins to towering forests. Bili, Mika, and Tulo shared their own knowledge and experiences as well, holding presentations and workshops about Gliese's technology and culture. They demonstrated the holographic technology from their festival project, shared insights into the environmental control systems developed for their planet, and discussed the universal values of peace and cooperation that guided their society. One of the highlights of their visit was attending a global conference on interstellar relations, where they spoke about the importance of cross-cultural exchange and collaboration in solving galactic challenges. Their speech was met with standing ovations and sparked discussions about future partnerships between Earth and Gliese. As their visit neared its end, the emotional impact of their journey became apparent. They had not only learned about another world, but had also deepened their understanding of their own. The friendships they formed and the experiences they shared would last a lifetime, influencing their personal and professional paths. Returning to Gliese, they brought back stories, gifts, and a multitude of ideas on how to enhance their world's technology and cultural practices. Inspired by their journey, Bili initiated a cultural exchange program, inviting Earthlings and other alien races to visit Gliese, fostering a spirit of unity and shared knowledge. The journey to Earth had expanded their horizons, taught them the beauty of diversity, and reinforced their commitment to interstellar friendship and understanding. It was a pivotal chapter in their lives, shaping them into ambassadors not only for their planet, but for peace and collaboration across the stars. The homecoming Bili, Mika, and Tulo returned to Gliese with a wealth of knowledge and newfound perspectives from their extraordinary journey to Earth. Their homecoming was celebrated with great enthusiasm by their families, friends, and the academic community, all eager to hear about their adventures and learn from their experiences. In the weeks following their return, the trio organized a series of community events and academic presentations to share their insights. Bili spoke passionately about the diverse cultures and environments of Earth, emphasizing the importance of understanding and respecting different perspectives in solving global issues. He detailed the lush green forests, the bustling cities, and the dynamic human interactions that had so deeply impacted him. Mika focused on the technological advances they had observed, particularly in renewable energy and environmental preservation. She proposed several initiatives that could be adapted for Gliese, such as solar energy projects and global recycling programs, inspired by the sustainable practices they had seen on Earth. Tulo, meanwhile, shared stories of the sports and recreational activities they had participated in, which were vastly different from anything on Gliese. He suggested developing interplanetary sports leagues that could foster friendly competition and cultural exchange between different worlds. Inspired by the positive reception and the palpable curiosity about Earth, Bili proposed the creation of an interstellar cultural exchange program. This program would invite beings from Earth and other planets to visit Gliese, sharing their knowledge and culture, and in return, learn about the rich heritage and advancements of Gliese. The proposal was met with enthusiasm from the community and swift approval from the Planetary Council. Bili was appointed to lead the initiative, a role he accepted with pride and a deep sense of responsibility. He worked tirelessly to set up the program, coordinating with interstellar agencies, setting up appropriate accommodations, and creating a curriculum that included language lessons, cultural workshops, and technological demonstrations. As the program kicked off, Gliese welcomed its first visitors under the new initiative. The exchange was a resounding success, enriching Gliesian society with new ideas and perspectives, while also showcasing the planet's achievements and culture. The visitors were particularly impressed by the environmental technologies developed by Mika and the community spirit fostered by events like the Festival of Lights. The cultural exchange also brought unexpected benefits, such as new research collaborations, trade agreements, and even plans for a joint space exploration mission. Bili, Mika, and Tulo became prominent figures in fostering these interstellar relationships, their lives intertwined with the ongoing mission of bringing different worlds together. Reflecting on their journey, Bili realized how much he had grown. The shy, curious child who once looked up at the stars was now a confident leader, helping to bridge the gap between distant worlds. His friendship with Mika and Tulo had strengthened through their shared experiences, and together they had become catalysts for change and unity, not just on Gliese, but across the galaxy. As the suns set on another day on Gliese, Bili stood watching the horizon, grateful for the path he had chosen. He knew there were many challenges ahead, but he was ready to face them with his friends by his side, guided by a vision of a connected and peaceful universe. The future leader years passed since the establishment of the Interstellar Cultural Exchange Program, and the impacts of Bili, Mika, and Tulo's efforts resonated deeply across Gliese and beyond. As the trio matured into seasoned scholars and diplomats, their adventures and initiatives had woven a rich tapestry of interconnectedness that spanned the galaxy. Bili, now widely respected not only for his creativity and vision, but also for his leadership, was on the verge of another significant life milestone. The Gliesian Council, recognizing his contributions and the profound influence he had on planetary diplomacy, nominated him as a young leader, a prestigious position that would involve overseeing the planet's interstellar relations and continuing to expand the cultural exchange program. The evening before the official ceremony, Bili walked through the Harmony Gardens, a tranquil spot he frequented to think and reflect. The gardens, illuminated by bioluminescent plants and soft starlight, resonated with the peaceful energy that Bili had always worked to foster. As he paused by a serene pond, watching the light dance across the water's surface, he thought about his journey. From a curious child fascinated by the stars to a leader shaping his world's place in the cosmos. The ceremony itself was held at the Galaxy Academy, where Bili's path had truly begun. The amphitheater was packed with attendees from various planets, a testament to the far-reaching influence of the exchange program. Mika and Tulo stood by his side, their presence a comforting reminder of the enduring bonds formed through shared dreams and challenges. As Bili stepped up to the podium to accept his role, he felt a surge of gratitude and responsibility. His speech resonated with hope and commitment. Today, as I stand before you, I am reminded of the power of friendship, curiosity, and unwavering determination. Our journeys through the stars have taught us that while our worlds may differ vastly, the dreams that ignite our spirits are bound by a common longing for peace, understanding, and progress. As your young leader, I pledge to continue fostering these dreams, pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible, and building bridges that will not only connect Gliese to other worlds, but also heart to heart across the galaxy. The crowd erupted in applause, moved by Bili's words and the promise they held for the future. The ceremony was followed by a celebration that mirrored the Festival of Lights, filled with luminous displays and laughter, a perfect reflection of the joy and unity Bili had always envisioned. Under Bili's leadership, the cultural exchange program flourished even more, bringing innovations in technology, art, and science that propelled Gliza into a new era of prosperity and cooperation. Mika and Tulo, too, found their calling, leading their respective departments and contributing to Gliza's golden age. Years later, historians would mark this period as a renaissance of interstellar collaboration, inspired by a child who once gazed at the stars and dared to dream of unity. Bili's legacy, supported by his friends and fueled by his adventures, was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even the vastness of space could be bridged by the simple, powerful connections between beings. As an old Bili once again walked through the Harmony Gardens, he smiled at the young students who played along the paths, their laughter a sweet symphony. His heart was full, knowing that the future was in capable hands, guided by the lights of understanding and friendship he and his friends had ignited so many years ago.